Pedro Pascal, the new face of Mr. Fantastic in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has finally addressed the internet-breaking speculation about his role in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. Despite the hype surrounding his appearance in Fantastic Four First Steps, Pascal wants fans to know one thing very clearly. He's not leading the Avengers. At least not yet. The rumors started after Fantastic Four director Matt Shakman gave an interview to Variety, where he described the complex journey of Reed Richards' character in the MCU. According to Shakman, he goes from being the nerdy scientist who's locked away in the lab, to the husband and the father who do anything to protect his family, to the guy who's leading the Avengers. Naturally, that line went viral. Marvel fans, already thrilled to see Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss-Backrack suit up as the Fantastic Four, quickly jumped to conclusions. Speculation spread across Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter, now X, suggesting that Reed Richards would take the mantle as Earth's mightiest hero's next leader in Avengers Doomsday. However, in an interview with the Associated Press, Pedro Pascal was quick to pour cold water on the assumption. With his signature charm and humor, Pascal said, "It's big news to me. That's for one." I think Matt Shakman was doing an interview, and when he was speaking about Reed, there is something that happens in the comics where he is sort of drawn in by the Avengers family and asked to be put into a leadership position. That is something that happens in the comics. It isn't necessarily something that my character's future entails. He went on to clarify, "I am being honest in that. I am not even trying to avoid spoilers. It's a little bit of a mislead." Pascal's clarification lines up with Reed Richards' comic book history. In various story arcs, especially during Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and Secret Wars runs, Reed Richards occasionally steps up as a strategic leader. However, he's more often portrayed as a mentor, problem solver, or the brains behind the curtain, rather than a battlefield commander like Captain America or Iron Man. Another fascinating insight from Variety: none of the four Fantastic Four actors went through traditional screen tests. Instead, they were cast based on creative meetings with Shakman and studio heads. There were no chemistry tests, but 3 weeks of rehearsals helped build on-screen camaraderie. Pedro explained, "We approached the story dramaturgically, as you would a play before we got on our feet with anything. It was Matt setting up the circumstances to be together as a cast and flesh out a language that bonded each of us together as a family." This behind-the-scenes approach might explain why the Fantastic Four's dynamic in First Steps feels so naturally cohesive. So, what can fans expect from Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic? While it's clear that he won't immediately become the leader of the Avengers, his scientific genius and emotional depth are expected to play a central role in Avengers Doomsday. Think of him as the connective tissue between the grounded science of Tony Stark and the multidimensional chaos of Kang's saga. Fans can expect Pascal's Reed to function more as a strategic consultant than a military leader, at least in the beginning. And let's not forget, Marvel loves a long game. What may start as a subtle background role could evolve into something greater by the time Avengers: Secret Wars hits theaters. Interestingly, Pascal and Shakman have known each other for years. They even shared the same talent manager early in their careers. According to Pedro, coming together for Fantastic Four felt absolutely fated in the stars. This creative synergy seems to be paying off. Reviews for Fantastic Four First Steps praise the family chemistry, heartfelt performances, and unique narrative tone. It's the MCU's first step toward a new era, one that blends scientific intellect with emotional storytelling. At STA Cinevault, we believe in cutting through the noise. Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards may not be assembling the Avengers just yet, but his arc is poised to reshape the MCU in major ways. So don't expect him to take Steve Rogers' shield anytime soon. But expect Reed Richards, the scientist, father, and cosmic thinker, to be at the center of the next Marvel evolution. Let's hear from you. Do you think Reed will eventually lead the Avengers? Is Pascal the best casting choice for Mr. Fantastic? Are you excited for Avengers Doomsday or more hyped for Secret Wars? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more Marvel deep dives right here on STA Cinevault.